Hey everybody, welcome to the Ace Ballers podcast. I am your host, Kyle Nicolos, and are you on my left?
Yeah.
Good.
On your left.
To my left is
Analyst.
Kevin Zerwick.
Not pronounced analyst.
Is it pronounced analyst? I'm pretty sure it might be pronounced analyst. I don't know. Well,
No, it's not.
we are here talking about week number 4. Because
That's what just happened.
that's what just happened. So we thank you for joining us and actually listening to the podcast, because I guess a fair number of you actually listen to the podcast.
Some people do.
Some people do.
I like it. I guess I just like seeing myself on the big screen.
I do too. We have a fan letter from Gary Codwell. Gary writes, "Dear Ace Ballers." No, I'm just kidding. We don't.
Nothing.
Send in your emails to us, and we'll read them. Ask us your questions about who you should play when you play against us, and we'll let you know.
Well, you know to drop your whole team.
Okay, so Kevin, what do we have on the docket for today?
You have the button. You tell me.
I pressed the button. It's a magic button. We clearly have the weekly recap. Oh my God, I should sit right here. Now I'm on frame.
There you go.
We have the weekly recap. We have our waiver wire, what went on this week with Fab spendings, which is very interesting this week, kind of. We have Fab recounts from recollection from the previous week. I don't know what you'd call it.
I don't know. Yeah, I did put all my spreadsheet into Google Docs.
We're gonna make
Google Sheets so we can look at it through your computer.
I'm gonna make a graphic for you that says like,
Why?
Kevin's Fab graphic
Explosions!
and then explosions and like money comes out.
It's just a spreadsheet that's boring.
And then, as always, we'll take a look at the Week 5 preview.
Yeah, we always look at week 5. I don't know why. I mean, it works out this week, but
No, it does work out this
it was
week.
kind of useless last week when we looked at week 5.
Wait, what? Oh, because of Thursday? No, wait.
I'm just joking.
Oh,
Because
okay.
you said week 5 like we always do.
Oh.
Why do we always look at week 5?
I'm so tired. I
Okay,
need to eat.
that was a miss. We'll keep going though.
Sorry, I'll be more on it later. Well, let's take a look at our Week 5 stuff.
And let's start off with a split screen. There we go.
Oh, I should probably take our names off the thing.
No.
All right, week number 5. So week number 5 saw, I think it was one of the most, or no, week number 4. Week number 4 was probably one of the most beautiful weeks that we've had here at Fantasy Football.
I don't know about that, but we'll see.
Well, I'm going to go out on a limb and say this was the best week anyone we could possibly have.
Because you scored the most points.
Because I scored the most points, and I am the proud new owner of $10.
Yes, you beat who I projected to have the most points.
Yeah, you did, right? So the problem was that I'm the commissioner.
No.
And Bailey was talking trash the whole week.
Yeah.
And I said, Bailey, don't make me do this to you. I just want a fair fight. Don't make me go all out. And he was still talking trash. He's like, you're going to lose. You want to make a side bet? I'm like, Bailey, I'm not about that. But you know what? You've made me so mad now. I'm going to make sure I blow you out by the biggest point blowout. So, sometimes you just got to like show people that, they need to stay in their lane.
Put them in their place.
And you have to put them in their place. So, Bailey, we'll go to my feed. Bailey, I'm sorry I did that to you. But
It's split screen.
yeah, I know. Okay, fine. We'll just go to me.
There you go.
Bailey, I'm sorry I had to do that to you, but you mouthed off, and that's what happens. And for the rest of you in this league,
Mess with the commish.
don't mess with the commish. For the rest of you who are playing me, just warning you, if you mouthed off, this is what's going to happen to you. So, just
Yeah.
trying to be.
He's going to score 194 points every week, so watch out, everybody.
I will if you mouth off to me. Kendrick's been nice to me this week, so I might only score like 160. Maybe just collect the biggest blowout.
Yeah, well, again, your defense put up a majority of your points.
Leading the way with that Patriots defense. Well, there's quite a disparity between the Patriots defense and the Baltimore defense.
Yes, if your defense scored 6 like his did, it would have been a much closer game. I mean, you still would have won, but at least it would have been closer.
Right. Well, I had Stafford, which was a stream for me this week, which was a good stream. But my 2 receivers, who I usually can count on, they dudded. And had they not, I would have been over 200 pretty easily.
Yeah. You were projected over 200 for a while.
Yeah.
On Monday night, I was watching that game and watching yours just to see, because Mine was already set in stone, so I was just checking out others.
This was actually the first week my kickers got me more than 4 points.
I know. Like, the kickers have been...
The kickers have been terrible. I think we should buff them. I think a 50-yard field goal should be worth 10 points.
Mine missed a 50-yarder this week, which kind of made me sad. And then I still won, but it was, or did I? Spoiler.
No, we don't know. Stop getting ahead of yourself.
But back to this game.
Does anything else jump out at you?
Marlon Mack jumps out at me. He was much lower than I expected, but...
And he got hurt. He left the game.
Yeah, he got hurt at the end, and it was kind of a bad game script. It's just, I guess that's going to be a problem with him if they fall behind quickly. He's not going to get a lot of touches, which has been his driving force. He's got a lot of touches in the first few weeks. My
question for you is, how much do you worry about Austin Eckler going forward with Melvin Gordon's return?
I see him as a flex play. He's going to get you like 8 to 15 points a week probably. So, it'll be pretty solid still, but I don't think he's going to get majority of the touches anymore.
He left Nick Chubb on the bench. He got 40 points.
Yeah, that's rough.
Well,
that one stings.
Let me go back to my screen. Bailey, if it's any consolation, that wouldn't have helped. That wouldn't have done anything. You still would have lost. Back to the screen. But yeah, so leaving Nick Chubb on your bench. But this is part of the problem. It's a good problem to have, don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. With drafting so many viable running backs is that you will leave points on the bench.
Yes.
And, he has to pick and choose who to play. And Marlon Mack dudded this week when he's been so solid every other week.
Yeah, no one could see that coming.
And Nick Chubb with 3 rushing touchdowns and that 88-yard run. He looks big, and he didn't look like he was going fast, but he ran past everyone, and not even the corners could catch up to him. He was way faster than I thought he was.
Yeah.
Jalen Samuels, backup.
Yep.
Also, big points.
Yeah. And what's his name? Connor got hurt at the end of that game, too.
He did. He's questionable.
It's good that you have the backup in
There's a lot
pocket.
A lot of Qs on my roster now. And I do want to put T.Y. Hilton in this week, but...
Yeah, he's still up in the air. It seems like it's going to be an end-of-the-week decision.
Well... Sorry about that, Bailey, but
not really though.
But sorry, not sorry. Let's go on to Kevin's matchup with Cody, which
I was gonna lose.
I know you picked yourself to lose last week.
I did. I thought Cody would beat me, but I think it was gonna be a close game. But I thought Cody would edge out. But I edged out on him, so haha.
You win.
Thanks,
you win above projections.
Walker.
It's funny because you guys pretty much got inverse projections.
Yeah.
On here. So I'm looking at this. And I'm seeing 2 quarterbacks who did really well.
Yes.
I'm seeing Delaney Walker go for minus 0.1 points.
Oh, yeah.
He had a better chance if he didn't play a tight end this week.
Minus 0.1 isn't that big a difference than 0.
No, that's true. No, that is true, but it's...
It's still better, but, 0.
You expect positive points from the players that you play, in your...
Yeah, I agree. When you get negatives, it's infuriating.
And then we have... the defenses. Again, a big defensive... Now, it's not as big as obviously mine because I have the best defense in the league, but 25-10, that's a big... If you look at any other position, like receiver or quarterbacks, that's a huge disparity.
Honestly, it was the kicker difference and the defense difference that made this a close game. I kind of outperformed him everywhere else pretty much.
No, yeah, you did. And then the other thing was how, do they leave any bench points out there or anything like that? But
he had Stephon Diggs that could have helped.
That's actually one of the... I texted you earlier today, and one of the things I wanted to ask you was, could we do, how many points did you leave on your bench? Because that could...
on the bench. I thought you meant... Okay, I could look into that.
No, because
you texted me. I thought you meant how many points did you leave unused from your fab, but...
Oh, no. Well, actually, the unused fab thing, too, would actually be really cool. But I was thinking, would there be a way to... have a stat of how effective you are as a manager and how well you are at predicting who your best lineup should be. And that would be how many points did you leave on the bench?
Yeah.
When you how many points you could have had for how many points did you actually accumulate?
I would probably
I know that's I
put in everything each week.
That's a lot, but the truth is you don't do anything else but play fantasy football.
That's true. I might end up doing that just because it's been brought up. So
there you go.
We'll see.
Let's move on to the next game. Congratulations on your win, by the way.
Thank you. I
believe I picked you last week.
You did. It said so on the computer.
That's right. I picked you to win. I picked myself to lose, so I'm 1-1 so far this week. I picked Braden to win, and Braden won big.
Yep.
Also, another candidate for biggest blowout. He ended up getting 40 points.
Yeah,
40.
it was his defense. His defense really, like, I think he was down by like a point or two going into Monday night's game, and then got 43.5 points from the defense.
Dude, he got so many points from that defense.
That
It's
was
ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's
eight sacks. That's 16 points right there.
Well, the fact that so now what I'm thinking is, whoever Cincinnati's playing, I might want to play that defense against them.
I mean, Cincinnati and Miami are two targets that.
Have you been Have you been streaming your defenses?
Yes.
Yeah. Just
You don't have a need to, so
just don't have to stream defenses. I mean, I will say I picked them up because of our conversations in the off season.
Yeah.
About and you looking ahead at that.
I saw their schedule and it was just like, man, the early half of their schedule, the first half of the schedule was really nice. So.
And I want to say, like, I got them like in the 12th round or 11th.
It was pretty late.
It was pretty late.
They
but
were pretty low on the
on the rankings.
On the rankings,
yeah, they were. But I mean, you said like you just looked at their schedule. You're just like, wow.
That's what you got to look at. I mean,
like the schedule was just like was so easy for like the first 8 games, but even later. I mean, like they're still a great defense regardless.
Yeah, they look really good, and the fact that they got an easy schedule is just icing on the cake.
Let's take a look. Any bench points lost? Oops, I just closed the bench.
No.
Nope, nothing. We got Dallas's defense on there.
Yeah.
But 10 points wouldn't have made up for the 40-point difference here.
Yeah.
So Braden moves to 2-2. Michael falls to 2-2.
Keenan Allen and Amari Cooper both underperformed a lot this week.
Yeah, they did.
I wouldn't see that coming.
Sterling Shepard had a good game.
Yeah.
However, Golden Tate is coming back this week.
Yes, he
so does Sterling Shepard fall far in your rankings? And if he does, how far does he fall for you?
Not yet. Golden Tate has never played an NFL snap.
Sure, but they did pay him like 4 years, $37 million.
Sure, they paid him a lot, but there's got to be a rapport between your quarterback and your.
To be fair, Daniel Jones has never played before this year either.
Well, but he's already played a game.
Sure.
We've seen he does throw it. So until I see that connection, I'm going to say he already feels good with Sterling Shepard, so he's going to still trust him until he earns that trust, which I'm sure he will. I don't know when it's coming. It could be this week. I can't guarantee it yet.
Would that be your same advice for Evan Ingram?
I still like Evan Ingram. I mean, what do they got on that team? They got to throw.
Yeah.
I guess they throw to Wayne Gallman.
Yeah, they do.
I didn't see that coming, but
I mean, they utilized him like a miniature Saquon Barkley, Wayne Gallman.
He really panned out, but
yeah, who got him? I
don't know, some jerk.
Probably some jerk who almost put up 200 points this week.
But yeah, so he picked up Leonard Fournette. Michael picked up Leonard Fournette in a trade, and that I thought was a terrible move, but put up 26 points. So what do I know?
On 225 rushing yards, which is ridiculous.
It's pretty good.
Because it's crazy when you put up almost 30 points and you didn't get into the end zone.
Yeah,
like that's just like that's efficiency. But like I thought about this. I thought this before the season started, and I do like Leonard Fournette. Like he
just got a lot of volume.
He's up and down. What's really sad though is he got it from Jason, right?
Yeah.
So Jason did not get the 26 points from Leonard Fournette.
Yeah, and he got Joe Mixon in that trade.
Who also
we'll get to it in a second.
We'll get to that. But Leonard Fournette, great acquisition. Really tough. So
he also got Will Fuller in that trade, who's been underperforming. I mean, he only got 3.8 this week, so
yeah.
You should keep an eye on him, Michael, and
this is another disparaging defensive game. Like just huge defenses. You either have a great defense or you have very, very few points from them. Sonny Michel, everyone struggled against Buffalo on the Patriots, including my guy Julian Edelman.
Saw it coming.
Tom Brady struggled. Aaron Rodgers had a great game.
I felt like that game, both sides were just not going to be offense. It's just defense is what you can get out of it.
And
Which did.
and I'm going to keep pointing this out every time we go to his team, but Christian McCaffrey again, another great week. I'm telling, he would have been, other than Saquon Barkley, I think I would have skipped Zeke too and would have gone to Christian McCaffrey because I think Zeke was having holdout problems at the time or whatever.
Was, yeah.
But
I think he signed like 2 days after we drafted, so.
I remember that first year with Christian McCaffrey, and he was like they're not using him right, and he doesn't look like he could run between the tackles, and all of a sudden he puts on like 15 pounds. And
yeah, my problem with him was I was like, well, if Cam Newton is healthy again, he's going to throw more,
right,
and so all those dump off passes that make Christian McCaffrey like extra amazing, is they're not going to be there. But Cam Newton's foot is all messed up, and now there's a backup quarterback who is not very good. So.
No.
At least last week he wasn't. So it's the Christian McCaffrey show. And
so based on this year, do you think Christian McCaffrey at this point is the number 1 draft pick next year?
No.
You're stupid. I think he's such the number 1 draft pick.
Like I said, there's a lot of injury variables right now that I think could affect the outcome.
Sure. But I mean, Saquon's hurt.
Yeah.
Zeke, is having up and down games.
He's running again. Light running already.
I don't like to hear that. I want my Wayne Gallman.
You paid a lot of money for it.
I paid a lot of money for those 20-something points that Wayne Gallman got me for the 1 week.
That you didn't really need because you still won by 40 or 60 or whatever it was.
Had whatever it was. It was a big blowout.
63-ish.
Any bench points that we missed out on? Just Dallas. Oh, we already went over Dallas' defense. Saquon Barkley on the... Actually, let's take a look at this real quick.
Can't drop him, but...
Barkley doesn't play, but week 6 seems to be within the realm of possibility. I don't want to hear that. I'm just going to close that. We're just going to ignore that.
I was expecting a longer timetable than 2 weeks.
Me too.
You missed a game.
And now for our our most predictable segment of the week that it's becoming.
Did Jason
boom or did Jason bust?
Yeah, he busted again.
Jason busted again. Now we'll get to the week 5 stuff because he did make moves in the last 2 weeks, and he has people coming back. But once again, Jason, who he needed 20 points to beat Wayne, who I really needed him to beat Wayne.
So you could get first in our
division. I could be first in the division.
Yeah.
But no, he didn't. He didn't get anything from anyone. Mecole Hardman, what a huge miss right there. And if Mecole Hardman just has a decent game, like just like a 4-catch game, he probably wins that game. He probably wins this.
Yeah.
4 catches for 60 yards wins you this game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just
like what was on the bench for him that long? Like
how Jason hasn't. I mean, there's
Frank Gore.
Frank Gore, sure, but like you can't risk playing Frank Gore.
Wait, what did Dak Prescott put up?
6?
He could have put in Daniel Jones and got 6 more points.
He could have, and that. Well, I mean, I agree with the way Dak Prescott's been playing.
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't
you
put him in.
You have to put him in. It was a bad week. He'll bounce back. It'll be fine.
Mike Evans. Oh, I didn't even talk about that on mine, but Chris Godwin. Geez,
Chris Godwin and Mike Evans, both of them, they look legit.
Only one team has 2 top 5 receivers from fantasy in there, and that would be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yes.
Godwin, who's ranked number 3 right now, and Mike Evans, who's ranked number 5 right now.
Yes.
In terms of fantasy points, that is pretty incredible.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah,
good job, Jameis. I know you're watching. That's crazy. This was This was probably the most even defensive.
Yeah, defensive.
But to breaking news today, and we didn't even talk about it. Steven Gostkowski goes on the IR.
Yeah, it's right there on the screen.
So, how does your kicker go on the IR? I don't
know.
Because he was missing. He missed extra points. He missed field goals.
Maybe he's having foot or ankle or toe issues, and they're just like.
Maybe he's having Kenyon Drake issues.
Yeah.
You may pass.
Work is more important.
Well, is it though?
Yes.
That's what we're doing.
Scrap my gloves, go back and crew.
Leaving 70 points on the bench from Jared Goff and Jarvis Landry, but
Jarvis Landry was.
I agree.
Balled out.
He did. I agree that you don't start Jared Goff against over Deshaun Watson.
I agree too.
Even given the matchup, even though Carolina has because at any point, Deshaun Watson can throw an 80-yard touchdown to Hopkins. So Zeke Elliott had another pedestrian game, I'll say.
Well, I mean, it's not great, but at least it's double digits.
It's double digits. But yeah, it's true. And so, yeah, Gostkowski. So I think now I'll easily be able to take over first place from Wayne now that Gostkowski's on the IR.
Yes.
Because we all know how important kickers are.
The kicker is the biggest part of a team.
But let's just talk about Jason real quick.
Okay.
Jason busted. This
Yeah.
is his fourth week in a row busting. He did get one win out of a bust.
Yeah. It was like a borderline bust. It was just a little below average, but
Is it time for Jason to panic?
no, because he he has all these players on his bench. Like if you look at his bench, he has all these players that just weren't playing last week that are going to be great, and they're going to be playing this week.
He
I
traded.
just heard Tyreek Hill is practicing again today, so that's
Okay.
good news, Jason.
So you don't think it's time for Jason to panic?
No.
Will Jason panic?
If he watches this podcast and listens to me, hopefully not. But I don't know. He panicked last year when he was putting up massive points, so I have no idea.
I got a text from him in the middle of Sunday or Sunday night, and Monday after the game went final, and he said, "Fuck fantasy football, I'm done." It was the funniest text, and I'm like, because I didn't get a chance to watch that game, but I knew that clearly the Bengals were getting trounced.
Yeah, that was not a good game for the Bengals. Not looking good.
All right, so let's head over. I mean, that's the recap for the week.
No, it's not. We missed Tim and Kenny, the dud of the week.
Oh, I skipped them.
Yes.
You're right. I'm sorry. Tim and Kendrick.
Yeah. So this is like football God saying, sorry for last week, Tim. Here you go.
This was one of the crappiest games I've ever seen. Like the lowest scoring games I've ever seen in this.
Look at
entire
those
thing.
projections, too. They're both like 60, 70 points below their projections.
Oh, if you go from the projections, one of those two is going to win the high points of the week.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever seen somebody get half their projections before.
Yeah, that was pretty low. But, I mean, there was a lot of defensive matchups that were not good on Kendrick's team.
No.
Just looking at it, and if you look at his bench, too, he had injured players and suspended players you don't want to drop.
Right.
So he was just forced into playing these players this week, and
Do you think it's
happens.
We both agreed that he reached on Tom Brady in the draft.
Yeah.
He's been good so far.
Yeah.
He played a good defense this week.
Yes, you did.
Would you be worried about Tom Brady?
Probably not.
The only reason why I say no is because of the schedule they have.
Yeah.
But
like all those weak teams that they played before this, they're going to play again in the next few weeks. So he's going to get a lot of points coming up. So again, it was just this week was a tough one. It happens.
It's tough. Dalvin Cook, once again, just a steady workhorse.
Mm-hmm.
Especially against that matchup with Chicago.
Yeah.
For him to hit his projections, or fall technically just short of it, was really good against that defense.
Yeah.
Vern Davis.
Kittle was on bye, so he had to play. He just picked up a tight end and rolled the dice with one of the all veterans, and it didn't pay off. It happens. But he's got Kittle back, and
Denard Robinson, who went for some good fab last week, also not put up very many points.
Mm-hmm.
And then these two are an example of why just because someone has a really good defense doesn't mean that we've overpointed. But there's not over the I don't think defense are buffed too much because I think
Minnesota and Jacksonville both have very good
defenses and they both put up nothing.
Points.
They put up no points.
One of those weeks where a lot of offenses just sucked and other defenses got points for it.
Take a look. Anything left on the bench? Wow, nothing left on the bench.
Yeah, that's what I said. Kendrick's literally could not play anyone else. They're either hurt or on bye, or in case of Tate, he was suspended. But that's all going to change. He'll be back to full strength this week.
So even though Tim put up a dud,
yeah,
I still like his team.
I do too.
I still really like his team. I think they all just did not hit at the same time.
Yes.
Also, Todd Gurley looks pretty good for having arthritis in his knees.
That is why I dropped Malcolm Brown. I was tired of waiting for arthritis to take over.
You know what's going to happen.
Clogging up my bench.
You know what's going to happen this week, though.
Fine, I'll just throw 500 on him like Bailey did.
That's fair. That's fair.
It'll all work out, right?
Let's head to this week's Fab analysis. Do fab analysis.
Wow, what a sound!
It's fab. That was our sound.
So there was only one.
There was only one bidding war,
yeah.
But we'll head to the transactions and look at the rest.
It was
of them.
for a defense. It wasn't a big bidding war. $10.
This was the defense that I was like I was saying, someone's going to pick this up because they just had a great matchup this week.
Mm-hmm.
But let's take a look at the rest of the transactions.
Okay.
And let's start with...
You all. Uh-oh.
Oh, my God.
Uh-oh.
Technical difficulties. Okay, so we'll just scroll down. If anything pops out at you...
Well, these are all just free agent pickups. There's Jameis Winston you picked up for $1.
Yes, picked up Jameis Winston for
That
$1.
was for your whole talk about 2 wide receivers that are in the top 5. Who's
Yes.
throwing to him? That guy.
That guy. So
He
here,
also threw to the 49ers a lot in week 1.
I know he did. My theory is I was either going to go with him or Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah.
And then as we'll see here, somebody else I'll put money in for Jacoby Brissett.
Yes.
I thought I really wanted to get Jacoby Brissett, but it all depended on the health of T.Y. Hilton. And
Yes.
right now, during the first fab waiver period,
Questionable.
he's still questionable. So Jacoby Brissett is a great pickup for this week if T.Y. Hilton plays.
Yeah.
If he doesn't play, I don't know if I like him as much.
Mhm.
But I do think that he is the better option if T.Y. Hilton plays,
Yeah.
especially for me who has T.Y. Hilton.
Yeah.
And I have Chris Godwin. And if Chris Godwin puts up another game like he did last week with 3 touchdowns,
Stacking those touchdowns.
I'm going to be – I
Yeah.
mean, Kenny, I'm sorry, but, man, the things I'm going to do to your team this week are going to be insane.
He's planning some destruction. So be ready, Kendrick.
Be ready.
You can do it. It's not that
Um,
scary.
So let's take a look. You got Jordan – or
No, that was free agent.
Oh, that was free agents pickup.
You
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
go to
Yeah,
Jimmy Graham.
you lost Malcolm Brown.
Yeah.
Good for you. Jameis Winston went for $1. Jimmy Graham went for $1. I'm sick of waiting on Vance McDonald. I thought it was time to make a move on Jimmy Graham.
With Devontae
Devontae
Adams hurt, that's not a bad pickup. He got a lot of targets.
I'm really surprised nobody else. I did not think I was going to get Jimmy Graham. I thought somebody else was going to bid on him.
No, but I don't think anyone's really looking for a tight end at the moment.
That's true. That is true. Buffalo's defense.
Yes.
Who's Buffalo playing?
I forget. I picked up Buffalo's defense for 3 weeks from now when they play Miami and then Washington and then Miami again within a 5-week span.
Yes. Wow. That's actually
So, Tennessee this week
Yeah,
and then a
Tennessee.
bye. So it was more of a kind of get ready for the future type
you know
of move.
what's really funny is did you see Chris Davis's touchdown this week? Or I'm sorry, Corey Davis's touchdown this week.
No. Was it a was it a bounce pass?
It was
last year.
all we should look at it afterwards. But I was just I was thinking, oh, Corey Davis got a touchdown. That's crazy. And then they went to I was watching Red Zone at the time, so
Yeah.
they went to it. And he's running down the sideline, and Meredith throws the ball, and I swear he's not looking. It literally falls in his hands. The ball's thrown, and he's just walking, and maybe at the last second he turns around, and it's just already in his hands. And I'm
gosh.
Corey Davis is so big and strong, and he should be a number 1 receiver. But he just seems like the idiot of the class. He just does not know what he's
doesn't
doing.
know what to do with his skills.
He has all these skills, and he just I guess he's just not that good or whatever. But his Madden level in luck should be all the way to the max
Just maxed
because
out, yeah.
it's insane what he was especially last year's touchdown when he was bounced off somebody's hands and gave me a great week.
It went 20 yards from where it was thrown.
And then bounced
To
way over to
him.
him. It was great for a game winner touchdown.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Tennessee's defense goes to 23 for Bailey. I think that's a good pickup for this
Yeah.
week because they're also playing the Bills and Josh Allen might not be playing.
I picked up suspended Chris Herndon.
Okay. Damn you. Okay.
Oh, I love it.
So I picked up Jimmy Graham this week.
Yes.
And I'm completely comfortable with that, though.
Yes.
But 100%. And I didn't put anything on him this week because obviously he comes back next week. And,
Yeah.
and I know the fans
You were just he's suspended. He'll be there.
He is such an under-the-radar player right
Yes.
now that you got for, I'm assuming, nothing.
I paid
Okay.
25 just in case someone else threw something on him.
He was so good last year. He was suspended this year.
Mm-hmm.
And even though I don't like the Jets, they have to throw to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And Robbie Anderson is not getting the ball. Le'Veon Bell is kind of their primary receiver right now. So they have to get and Herndon is just
Herndon had some big games at the end of last year too. So
I wouldn't play him against the Patriots, but
neither.
I think he's like what everyone thought T.J. Hawkinson could have been after week 1.
Yeah.
And that's he can be a huge. I think that's a great steal. And this was the week to go for him because he comes back from suspension next week.
So I figure I'd pick him up for upcoming bye week for my
You were
tight
so
end.
high on O.J. Howard going into this
Yeah,
game.
it was because everyone said he's going to be great. Every analyst I
This-
listened to.
Literally, he's due for a big game.
He is.
Mike Evans is a top receiver. Chris
I mean,
Godwin is a top receiver, so he's going to
He's
get it
out
at
there.
some point.
If anyone wants to take a chance on him, he's out there for you now. So,
He's gonna have a big game at some point.
he is.
I just
agree.
don't know when it's gonna happen.
I don't either.
Cortland Sutton,
Yes.
also a great pickup. You're welcome for that.
Yeah, he's got a lot of catches, a lot of targets, a lot of air yards.
He
A lot
has
of
the,
things that are going favorably for him on a team that needs to throw the ball. So
Cortland Sutton has the third highest target share of any wide receiver for their team.
nice.
So even though it's not like huge fancy points or whatever it was,
I mean,
it's in fantasy. I mean, yeah, it's look at that, it's
solid
steady.
flex plays.
I mean, look at this guy. Like it's 15 and then 6 is kind of a dud week, obviously,
It
but
happens.
12 and 20, those are all great weeks, and that's against a good defense, the one of the best defenses, and obviously some crappy team. But I mean, he's putting up great numbers again, and he has his targets. I mean, look at these targets, like 8, 7, 7, 9.
Yeah,
Like
so he's getting you want that 7+ range in targets.
so he's. I think Cortland Sutton was a great pickup. I was going to put money on him. But I can stack that receiver already, and
Yeah.
there was no one who I wanted to drop to get him.
I needed to do something with Devontae Adams being hurt.
Getting rid of Tariq Cohen and picking up Adrian Peterson.
No.
Oh,
That
this
was
is
last week.
that's
We're
last
done.
week.
Cortland Sutton's
Yeah,
the last one. We're
you
done.
were the last one. I like that one. Bailey. I like Bailey's Tennessee. Philadelphia's obviously a good pickup.
You like Brissett because you wanted to pick him up.
Oh yeah, where did I skip Brissett?
Yeah, it's
Oh
Brissett.
yeah, Bailey. I think that's a great pickup for Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think he knew no one was probably going to go for him.
Yeah,
so he bid very low.
A little bit.
Dropping Philip
Knock
Rivers,
out those $10 bids.
Dropping Philip Rivers, though, who's put up 28, 21, 23.
Yeah,
Philip Rivers is, he's put up
he's
some
solid.
decent fantasy
He's very
points.
solid.
And if we were to compare that to Brissett,
Pretty similar.
very much more consistent.
Yeah.
But because a lot of it is that he actually has some wheels too, so he can make plays outside the pocket and rush
Yeah.
if he has to.
He's not a statue. I think it has to do with who Brissett's playing this week.
Sure.
Shootout and
But again, I
City.
think he gets right around the projection. If T.Y. Hilton doesn't play, I think he goes for 30 if T.Y. Hilton plays.
Yeah, I mean T.Y. Hilton's really good, so
Yeah, I know. I have him.
that's why I drafted him.
Okay, let's head on to. Oh, I can't switch us like that. Let's just move over to week 5
All right.
or Fab analysis. What do we?
Sure. You want to look at the spreadsheet? It's boring.
So here's the boring spreadsheet that Kevin comes up with. I'll zoom around. Why don't you take us through this?
So if you start on the left side,
Okay, now let's scroll over.
you should be able to.
Wait, I'm zoomed in. Can I not? Hang on, hold up.
It looks like there's a bar down there to.
Maybe it's because I'm in Google Docs and it's being stupid.
Yeah, there you go. So you got your team names. I put them in the order of how we drafted. Then it's going to tell everyone's remaining fab. And as you can see, Michael has over starting fab because Jason traded him 200.
Yep.
Then it's going to give you points, the points you used, and then calculate a bunch of crap from that. If you go to the right, you're going to see, keep going, go pretty far. I added in some bidding stuff, columns M and N. It's just how much you needed to pay. So I took the lowest bid and added $1. If there were no bids, I said $1 just because you might not have got them, just to play it safe.
Sure.
And it calculates a percentage of what you've spent versus what you've needed to spend, and to see who's actually using their money to take players away from other people. And if we go a little more to the right,
A little bit more to the right. I'm trying to do fancy stuff with
yeah,
that thing.
it's fine. Actually, down at the bottom, I have the top owner, top manager, and top bidder. The owner is the person who's got the most points per dollar. The manager is the person who uses the points the most, and the bidder is Kyle.
That's right.
It's just the top percentage of money spent that was actually needed to be spent. In my opinion, the top manager is probably the best thing you want, just because it's actually showing that you used the value that you paid for, so you're actually getting something towards wins.
Right, sure.
And that's pretty much it. You can see there, you got your transactions per week, your average dollar. So you can see $57 is basically the amount per player, which is exactly what I spent on Cortland Sutton this week. It's information you could use. If you want access to it, just send me your email through the Yahoo, the fantasy app, and I will send you a link, and you can check it out because it can be helpful.
Yes, it can. Kyle's the top bidder.
Yes.
That's
At the bottom too, I have you can see who was all those NAs are because that week hasn't happened yet. This is nice.
I don't understand.
Yeah. So right here you can see who paid for the biggest amount each week.
That's
so as you can see, in week 3 is the biggest one is Cody spending $285 for Carlos Hyde, and it'll be updated every week. It's really easy to manage. Doesn't take much time.
Well, it must be really easy when you do it on a weekly basis instead of all at the end of the year.
Yes. Well, I mean, I tried to set up most of this before the season started. I had to adjust a few things that once I actually put data in, it's like, oh, this doesn't work like I wanted it to. So I changed it a bit, and I got it running pretty smoothly now. So
is Michael's efficiency super high because he has more money than the starting point and he's gotten points?
No, I factored in his additional money. But it just has to do with he hasn't spent that much money and he's gotten points. If you spend $1 and buy a quarterback who's going to just sit on your bench and get you 20 points every week on your bench, that number's just going to shoot through the roof. That's why it's not a great number. It's useful, but it can be easily manipulated.
Sure, which I'm trying to do this week by spending $1 on Jameis Winston and $1 on Jimmy Graham because I want it to look good for me. Because I'm sick of seeing red.
I want to see that green.
I want to see that green. One of the other uses or things that I really like about this is that you do see the average per player, which is at the very end.
Yeah.
So you do see how much that is a basis of where you might want to start your spending if you're not sure how much to spend on somebody.
Yeah. If you think they're not that great, or you might be able to get them because they're on the radar, you can go bid low. But if you think there's a good chance, you have an average number to work off of. And this highest of the week at the bottom kind of shows you the big outliers so that you know.
Right down here.
Yeah, like you bidding $255 on the if someone's big that's out there, you're gonna need to put up numbers like that.
Right. So
is it an average player? Is it a huge pickup of the week? Is it someone on the radar? You can kind of gauge your bidding based on that.
I really like that.
Mm-hmm.
That is freaking awesome. Did you make a fake handle that we can link?
Oh no,
you could fake at you somewhere. Okay,
not yet.
We don't have a lot of time left. But we're going to head into the matchups for this week. Kyle versus Kenny. I'm going to let you make the pick on who you think is going to win this week.
I have not really looked at matchups yet.
So just look at it real quick.
Just have to flip a coin. There's too many cues on your side. I'm going to go with Kenny.
There's so many, and I don't even know if these guys are playing yet this week. Okay, I'm gonna pick
Kendrick just because all the question marks.
I'm gonna pick me, but I'm going to pick. We'll say that you picked Kendrick right there.
Okay.
Yes, Tom Brady against Washington should have a huge game. I do not like that. Jameis Winston against New Orleans and that connection with Chris Godwin, who is the number 3 fantasy receiver right now, I feel like should be really good. Jimmy Graham against Dallas with no Devontae Adams.
Dalvin Cook against the Giants. That's going to be a lot of points.
That's going to be a lot of points for him. George Kittle, I think, will have a big day against Cleveland.
Yeah, coming off the bye.
This could be the game of the week. New England hasn't scored under 35 points yet in a game. So
Minnesota's a strong defense, though, and they're playing a weak team. So I would expect. Actually, both you guys are playing a weak team.
Yeah, I think they both should be.
They might just cancel each other out.
I hope Washington plays Dwayne Haskins. I really hope they.
Case Keenum's in a walking boot, so
they are playing.
Or McCoy. So I mean,
if you're a good coach.
What is this PR that's bouncing around on your computer?
Oh, that's Premiere Pro. It's saying,
cool.
It's telling me something. I have an issue with my clock.
Go away.
Go
away, clock.
If I was a good coach, I would not play Dwayne Haskins.
I wouldn't either.
I'd be like, I'm not going to feed you to the New England Patriots defense.
Let me throw you into
shatter your confidence.
It's not throwing him to the wolves. It's throwing him in a volcano that's got lava wolves in it.
But I know. Sharks with laser beams.
Exactly. Something ridiculous.
Jay Gruden is not a good coach.
No.
So he might take it because he's supposedly the beat is that he's going to get fired this week or next week at some point.
Wow.
Yeah.
This early? Okay.
Yeah.
I can see it.
So he might just try to save his job by saying, Dwayne Haskins, go try to win me a game against the Patriots.
That's true.
And of course, that's going to backfire.
Yeah.
But
when
Dwayne
Haskins' head falls off. And
when his head falls off in the middle of the thing. So I'm going to go with me. You're going to go with Kenny. And I'm not being biased because I did pick against me last week. I just hope I win this week. Then we're going to head over to your game against Bailey.
Well, I got $10 right on this game, so I'm going to say me.
You're going to say you. I'm looking at the teams. I like Jacoby Brissett as a stream.
Yeah.
I also like Lamar Jackson against the terrible Pittsburgh defense, even though they were good against Cincinnati, but he's not good against Cincinnati.
Just Cincinnati. Hey, look, your phone's got low battery.
Oh, perfect. Hopefully it's still recording.
It's fine.
Chris Carson had a down week last week, right? And he's playing the Rams.
He actually, no, he had a bounce back week last week.
Oh, because the week before was his down week.
Yeah.
But he plays on a Thursday night. How excited are you for Thursday night, Chris Carson?
I mean, I've had up and down things with Thursday night this year, so.
Are you ready for my bold prediction this week?
Yeah.
David Montgomery clearly becomes a starter and out touches every other running back this week.
He had 21 touches last week.
I think
he just played a tough defense, so I'm hoping that continues.
He also had 21 touches because he got like 5 end of the game touches to write out the clock too.
Yeah.
But I think David Montgomery this is the week against Oakland that he breaks out and has a great game.
Fingers crossed, man.
I hope LaShawn McCoy dies for Damian Williams' sake.
Damian Williams is still on the...
He's questionable right now.
He's questionable? Okay.
Yeah, he's questionable on my list.
He put Chubb back in.
He put Chubb back in.
Smart play.
Is it a smart play?
Yes.
Do you not like Eckler this week?
No, I'd rather have any one of those guys.
Here's a question. Waller or Disley?
I
would for sure go Disley if he wasn't playing on a Thursday night.
But Waller's playing Chicago. I have no idea.
Those are 2 tough games. But these,
I might go Disley.
So I think I would go Disley because these division games, like, you got to throw logic out the window. Like, division games are really weird, and Thursday night games are really weird. So I might go Disley.
I didn't see Cleveland running over Baltimore last week. That was strange.
All right, and then we'll move over to the next one real quick.
Yes.
Just real quick because we got to get you clocked in here.
Let's do this quick.
Michael versus Cody. Just looking at it, I'm going to lean Cody.
I'm also leaning Cody.
And he played. I mean, this might not be the final run. Yeah, he's Saquon's hurt.
Yeah. I'm going with Cody also.
Damn, I don't like Cody. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Cody. Sorry, Michael. I like you, buddy, but I think Cody has this one.
Do you?
I mean, he's fun to boss around.
We got Wayne and
Braden. This is in no way personal. But I hope Braden kicks the crap out of Wayne.
I know. Wayne's ahead of you in the division.
He should have lost last week. He only put up 120 points. How?
Yeah.
How did this happen?
It happens.
So, I like you, Wayne. But I really hope Braden wins. But I'm picking Wayne to win. What about you?
Yeah, I'm going with Wayne.
Why is Braden projected so low? Oh, he has no defense. Okay. So.
I don't know. Christian McCaffrey's been killing it, too.
Yeah, but he's the only one. Rodgers has been up and down, and he doesn't have Devontae Adams this week. And as much as I think Jimmy Graham's going to be the beneficiary of that, that's not good for the team.
Yeah,
against Dallas at Dallas.
I still think Wayne has the better team, yeah.
Philadelphia's defense at 21 points, so 140 to 146.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Wayne.
Yeah, Yahoo thinks so, too.
And then this is our last one. We already did everybody else?
Yeah, boom.
Boomer Buzz for... Okay, hang on. Let me just click over here real quick.
Tim's going to be happy.
Click on that one real quick.
All right. This is actually going to be a much tougher... Jason's going to get tougher from this point out.
You would think that, but Jason's luck is so terrible.
It's true.
That Dak Prescott does nothing against Green Bay's defense.
I didn't say he was going to win. I said he was going to be tougher.
Sure.
He still might lose.
I want to look at this real quick. Dak Prescott against Green Bay's defense.
Mm-hmm.
Green Bay has a great defense.
Mm-hmm.
Melvin Gordon coming back from a stay.
Smash.
Maybe. I don't know how much they're going to use Melvin Gordon.
Denver's terrible.
Denver's terrible, but I don't know how much they're going to use Melvin Gordon versus Austin Eckler, who's proven that he can do it without Melvin Gordon.
They're going to use him and then dump him at the end of the year.
That's what I think, too.
Why not just run him into the ground?
With no new contract. Le'Veon Bell against Philly, like that's a tough matchup.
That is a tough matchup.
Austin Hooper against Houston, also a tough matchup. Joe Mixon has a good matchup against Arizona.
Yes.
But Arizona has a very terrible pass defense. So do they just pass? Do they just throw the ball more?
It might be. It might just be a pass-happy game.
And New Orleans defense against Tampa Bay, who I think Tampa Bay will actually do really well against New Orleans. So I look at this game and I'm like, this is just another typical boomer bust scenario for Jason.
He's riding with that team.
So
that team motto.
I'm gonna. I don't want Tim to win again. I want the lower ranked team to win always, but I think Tim wins this game.
Yeah, I agree.
That's it.
We done. Bye.
I think we're done. All right, everybody.
Gotta get to work.
That was our. You go ahead and go if you want to go. I'll do the sign off. Thanks for watching. We might actually have an episode on Friday because.
I have to report on Friday.
What time?
I mean.
Oh.
Something.
He said it. Now we have to blur out his mouth when he said it. Anyway, that's it. Ace Ballers Podcast, Week 5 analysis. We will see you next time. Play us out.
I don't see a red light here.
No, there's red light.